this is Kia.
Hey, I'm MJ, and welcome to this week's episode of Dude No Way. We have another special guest. The trio's complete. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, dude, no way.
Damn it.
Hey, that's good. Okay. My name is Gabbie. I don't know what else to say. Wait, what should I talk about?
I guess I talked about the trio. So this is like the third person in our like friend group that we always talk about and then we always hang out with. It's literally us three.
Yeah, we met in high school and it's been history ever since.
Oh God, no.
Cute.
Okay.
No. So yeah, this episode we wanted to bring her on. We are all proud Filipina-Americans. We have mixtures within us, but we mostly identify as Filipina. And with everything going on, we thought that this would be a good time to get this episode in here. With the Asian American community being like, I don't even know the word,
Attacked?
like without triggering, literally like physically attacked and just like, all over. It's brought up new tensions because of COVID and racism. So we wanted to like address that, but then lighten it up with like our Filipino experience. Yeah, but I mean, first of all, we just wanted to bring light to the what's going on. I just didn't think that I'd see so many clips happening locally. Like it's happening so many in San Francisco, like hospitalized elderly Asians. Happened in Oakland. We just saw the one in New York that was blasted by a female actor. And then it's unbelievable that it's gotten like this bad, you know?
Mm-hmm. And then Gabbie sent me one on Instagram of like this place. It's like a crawfish place owned by these two brothers. I forget where in Portland. But yeah, apparently like someone like threw a brick through their restaurant or something. So it's Asian owned. So that was one thing in Portland that I know of.
Yeah, I didn't even know about that.
Actually, this was like a couple months ago. My friend's family-owned business, it's a coffee shop in San Jose. It also got like broken into, and this was like also during the time, like at the beginning of the pandemic too, when, you know, there was a lot of like hate crimes happening. So yeah, it just sucks that it was a small local business too, and you know, they're being affected. But going back to like the hate crimes towards like elders and stuff, I think it's just the worst. Oh gosh, it's like just the most despicable act to be targeting elders, because they're just so they're so fragile, and you know, they're not going to be the type to fight back, and they can't. So it's just so crazy and really overwhelming how many hate crimes we've been seeing like towards elders. And, gosh.
Yeah, like it was already one thing to physically see these businesses be just affected from blatant racism, being like, why would I eat Chinese food? They caused COVID. Like, and it happened because so like we get like dim sum. If you're familiar with San Francisco, Clement Street has really great Chinese and dim sum takeout food. So my mom would get it after work, and it was like you said, early in the pandemic, and she went to one of our favorite places where there's usually a line after work and then all this stuff. But of course it's like the freaking apocalypse in the city. So then it's like all like barren. The owner or the person serving, they were like, yeah, tell your friends about us. We're open all 7 days a week, blah, blah. And they've never plugged like that before. So like that was like so sad. The way my mom, or at least the way she told it in the story, I was like, well, that's really freaking sad. Like something that's usually popping, like, because it's cheap. It's like a quick grab, like 3-item to go type things in your major city. So it's so sad that they're like, tell your friends that we're open all time, like all week round, just because they really need the business.
Yeah,
so it was sad.
So hard for small businesses, and for it to be, you know, towards our people, like Asian people, it just it hits closer to home, not just the fact that it is at home, but you know, we may know people or have relatives that own small businesses as well. And
yeah, sorry for a tangent to like clarify, because there's controversy about like if Filipinos or Asians or Pacific Islanders. We, at least I can speak for all of us, we all identify as Asians. So it doesn't, but everyone has their own preference. We both have similarities to Pacific Islanders and to Asians.
Right.
So we're kind of like also like black sheeps. It's like we're the odd ones out no matter what. But I mean, just to clarify and to get it out there, we do identify as Asian Americans. So that's our community or whatever. So, but yeah, in terms of helping out these communities and whatnot at the time, we're going to try to put down resources down in the description of trusted nonprofits and community organizations that we believe are doing the work and out on the ground in these communities to help the elders in the Asian community and the Asian community, local businesses and stuff. But yeah, just listen to your local orgs and whatnot, because I didn't realize there was a controversy, because one of the ones that happened in the city to that old elderly man, it got blasted by like two big Asian actors, like they were in Crazy Rich Asians, and then they were calling they were calling for the man to be arrested and jailed. And then I realized that like people in the community were like, that's not what we were calling for. Like, please don't listen to these big names. Like, thank you for trying to help. But it's like aimlessly going over all the work that they were doing. And I didn't realize that there was such a discrepancy, like, because they literally donated, I think, $25,000, and they were like, find this man and arrest him.
They were offering a reward either to like whoever found them, or I don't know exactly, like maybe donating it to a charity or something. But also, the fact that it overlooks the fact that there's like a bigger problem, a bigger systemic problem.
It's not just one person, exactly. But and then their argument was, that's exactly what we're not trying to do. We're trying not to get our youth in jails. Like, we're trying to fix the systemic problem instead of just criminalize specific people. So it went against their entire mission and all their work that they've been doing for decades, because this has been a problem that's just like getting brought into the light because of COVID. But so just, I don't know, listen to your local orgs, because they're the ones who see it firsthand. They're the ones on the ground listening to the community and are part of the community, rather than what you see on social media by an actor who's out of touch with Oakland. Like,
exactly.
So yeah, that was another thing. But yeah, check the description so we can help do our part for our community in any capacity. On to brighter things, hopefully.
Changing the subject a little bit.
Yeah.
Same type of thing, but
so yeah, Filipino stereotypes. You guys ever been stereotyped? Ever? Never, right?
Filipino stereotypes. You? Yeah.
Yes. I'm trying to think. Probably that we can all sing.
Like our talent, you can either sing or dance or something. Yeah. Oh my god. Like I can't do either. Sorry.
I can't do either. I'll still try. I'll still try to sing.
Gabbie fits singing. I mean dancing.
I wish I could sing.
100%.
I used to be able to dance well, but I don't know if I would.
That's so funny. I forgot that was a thing.
I got a dancer in the group.
We have talent in the group.
I guess like, one for like Asian people in general is that like we're quiet and submissive. For me personally, I definitely think that I grew out of that stereotype. Like I feel like before in high school, I used to be a little more quiet, but definitely throughout college, I learned how to stand up for myself and to not allow people to step all over me. Whether it was because I am a woman, or because I'm Asian, or I don't know, but I just always found it hard for me to stand up for myself and to say like, hey, I don't really appreciate that, or I think we should do something different, or I think we should do this or that. Yeah, so that's definitely something that I've faced, but I like to think I'm overcoming it.
Yeah. I think I can attest for you personally, at least. Like I feel like you're more outspoken, which is great. You would just nod your head and be like, okay, sure.
Right.
Like you were very like not sure, but you would just go for it just to like please people. Yeah. But look at her now, adulting or trying.
Hey, don't step all over me. Just kidding.
Oh yeah, no. See, I would definitely not.
You would not.
That's why you were treated like that. Just kidding. No, that's a good one. Like submissive Asian women. Oh my god, I literally forgot about that. Mine was like, if we're going like broad Asian thing, like I was supposed to be really good at math, and when I was, they were like, "Of course you got that grade because you're an Asian." what the hell? I studied. Like I went to the same class as you did, and I studied. So I tried. I had to try in math.
I think for me, math came easy for me, but English didn't. And I mean, I think another part of the model minority stereotype is that Asian is good in school in general, right? So they're like really, really smart. And I think it's hard to, I don't know how to say it without, I was gonna say, I think it's hard to group all Asians in the smart category. I'm not
no, you're right. Like you can't put an entire race of people in like one cat. Like what the hell even? But yeah.
It sets up a standard that not all people can reach. And that, like, again, like with English for me, there was that standard that I thought I had to reach because I was Asian, I guess. And I just couldn't reach it because I don't know, English didn't come easy to me. So yeah.
Yeah. No, stereotypes can be dangerous for sure. Yeah, Kier, you good at math?
No, I failed math.
Damn. So like at least we have our range. Like you were mediocre at math, you like passed. I like made it happen and then you failed at math. We have our scale, our range.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Maybe with like, I don't know, with Filipino family. Well, that's not stereotypes that people would know of, but like
even within the Filipino community, there's our own stereotypes. Like you have that one auntie who like forces you to eat or asks if you have a boyfriend or comments on your weight or your appearance. And then you have that weird uncle who like is so loud, and then when he gets drunk or something. Yeah, there's like we have so stereotypes in our community. So I mean and they're true, which sucks.
No, that's why it's like it's not even a stereotype anymore. It's part of our culture, which again, it's not a bad thing because like those are just things that are part of our culture because of the way, you know, us Filipinos are. But there's definitely those type of I forgot the word, never mind. But yeah, that's definitely a thing. Like our culture isn't, you know, while those things might sound like they're negative, I mean, I personally love those aspects of like Filipino culture. Like it makes us unique, I guess.
For sure. Like 100% stereotypes stem from somewhere. Like you can't say that's not true for a single scenario, but yeah, there's a fine line about like generalizing and then being like, oh, that's true for me.
Yeah. I was thinking about this earlier, Kia, but your family is half white, half Filipino, right? So both your parents. No, can you explain it just a little?
No, like, okay. So it's so hard because I obviously don't look very Filipino. I'm like very light skinned. It's
whatever that means.
Whatever that means. It's because my parents' grandparents. So like on my dad's side, his grandma's mom was Irish, and then so it's like where the white aspects could have been. Okay, so that's the Irish back there. And then for Chinese, it's my dad's mom's parents, someone else's parents is Chinese.
Dude, we really should all take the freaking 23andMe? That's like the breakdown of percentages.
Yeah, and then on my mom's side, there's like Spanish descent from like Spain/Portugal.
Yeah.
But if someone were to ask you what your ethnicity is, what do you say?
I just say Filipino because it's like too hard to explain all of that.
Yeah. And then like we don't really identify.
Someone who's Filipino, they're like, you don't really look Filipino. So I'm like, okay, obviously you see my features. So then I like go into depth about all those other things.
Wait, but
I have to do that too.
And my dad's beard, he has like orange.
No way.
Beards. Yeah. If you look really close, it's really funny. I'm like, are you
crazy?
Well,
like, yeah, no, his last name, it's my dad's grandma. If she had married, no, sorry. If she was the grandpa, then our last name could have been McKay instead of.
Oh, she carried the Irish name. Got it.
But since she married a Filipino, then that's why we have a Filipino last name.
Oh,
got it. I don't know. I don't even know many Filipinos anymore who are like can claim mostly Filipino because we're mutts. We're complete mutts. Everyone's been through the Philippines. Hello. Like I actually have more Spanish in me than I thought because like my great grandfather was like whatever from Spain, and like I had another great grandfather who was 100% or whatever Chinese. So I'm more Chinese and Spanish than I thought, and I had to explain that too to people because I feel like Filipinos can tell I'm Filipino, but other people are like, what are you? The classic question, what are you?
Right?
And
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, I'm mostly Filipino, but I of course have like Spanish and Chinese because like what happened to the Philippines, colonization. But
Yeah.
then
No, people think that I'm Chinese sometimes. Like you said, like Filipinos can usually tell, but other people outside of Filipinos, like they think I'm Chinese. I'm just like, really? I don't see that. And apparently, I don't know. I think my dad or my sister did 23andMe.
Mm.
I found Chinese and Spanish too. But going back to Kia's family history, she has white on her side of the family, and it's just interesting because it makes you think about that's not only that stereotype that Filipinos do like marry white people, but it's for the reason maybe that they want to be more Americanized, right? Or they want to feel they want like I don't know the complete I don't know the history of it or like what the accurate information of why Filipinos like marry white men or date white men.
Why they vote for Trump or why they're anti-abortion. So
Bro,
yeah.
it's because they're religious for the
Oh,
abortion part. Like,
right.
They
Yeah, very
Jesus.
traditional and religious, and they want to
yeah
like some want to assimilate to like the American ways, I guess. I don't know. So that's just
there's been a lot of controversy about that around the election, of course, and like still pro-Trump even though he's literally whatever. That's another discussion.
Next.
Yeah. Oh, that's also why my last name's actually Spanish, because like you said, like the people who got married kept that name, and that's how I ended up getting my name that is like hella Spanish. And then my mom's maiden name is very Spanish, so it's just like a lot going on.
That's interesting. We should next podcast we'll do the after this podcast we'll do the 23andMe, and next podcast we'll talk about the results.
Oh hell yeah, just send me money so I can pay for that. Someone donate me money.
How much is it? Isn't it like $70?
I think it's 100.
My sister got one for like I think 80.
There's probably definitely like referral codes and discounts.
But actually I would actually be very interested in doing it. Anyways,
I actually really want to do it. Yeah,
I think I'm gonna do it.
That and I really like the ancestry thing, but I thought like it depends who does the stuff in your ancestry, like how much information's already there. Like you have to work on it and like get the stories and stuff. I didn't realize it's the whole project, but I was wondering for you guys how much like teleseria and like what is it called, like Filipino, what's the word, soap operas did you guys watch growing up?
Oh my gosh, I think my favorite, this is the only one I can remember because it was my favorite, was Marimar with Marianne Rivera and Ding Dong Dungeons.
Nice.
My favorite. That's my
I don't remember names, but that one really brought up feelings.
Bro, love them.
Okay, growing up, I didn't watch those teleserias. Like I didn't, because my parents, they never paid for the Filipino channels. Like, we didn't have like
it is extra.
TFC,
it's hella
or not TFC, like the Filipino channels like
GMA and TFC.
Right. Like those, yeah. So like, Wow Wow Wee, or like even the teleserias and like all the dramas. So I never watched that. But when I would visit the Philippines, my aunt would have it on, and like, I'd just be watching it like here and there, but I didn't really understand it too well. So I don't know, that was never my thing, which is why I think now, since there are a lot of Filipino like movies on Netflix and stuff that I can, turn on subtitles for and just easily watch, that's why I'm so into it now, because I never like got into it when I was growing up, I guess. And I guess that's a part of my culture that I never got in touch with, I guess. Like Filipino pop culture. Yeah. So that's why I love watching it now, and like it's however cheesy it is or annoying and dramatic or whatever, like I don't know, I love it. I love it so much.
Don't like Filipino pop culture. It's the most, you're right, like it's the most out of all the Asian ones, it's so corny, it's so fake and materialistic, like
that little laugh that it does on like the different.
I love that laugh.
I hate it.
I wish I could have that laugh in my life. I wish I had a button to press.
I know.
It's a little troll laugh, bro. I can't even. Yeah, Gabbie's confirmed the phobiest out of all of us.
No.
Phobiest.
I hope people know what fob means. It means it's FOB, so fresh off the boat. It just means you're very.
Some people get offended by it though.
Listen.
I hate it.
I'm triggered.
Love it.
But in the best way possible.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Did you say who's the phobbiest out of all of us?
No, I didn't ask. I answered.
Oh.
I was like, you are the phobbiest.
No. But at least the way that I grew up, my parents didn't speak to me that much Tagalog. Like when I was a kid, maybe a little bit here and there, but like my uncle, he teaches his kids who are younger than me like Tagalog. He talks to them like so often in Tagalog so that they're almost fluent for, American born Filipinos.
Yeah.
And for me, I just never got that because my parents, I definitely think that they just wanted to assimilate and wanted to be Americanized, and they wanted to teach me the American way and not the Filipino way, or stuff like that, which it's kind of sad. I wish I did know more Tagalog and stuff like that, but I think the culture comes out of me in different ways, I guess. So
it does.
Yeah, it's fine.
No, yeah, my parents are the same thing. Like we talk about it now that me and my sister are like adults and stuff, or we've been mentioning it for years now. We're like, why don't you teach us? And they're like, one, we didn't know that you would want to know, and two, you were going to go to American schools. We wanted you to speak English in your American schools. And I was like, we could have learned both. But then, yeah, they're like now they regret it. And then there's always room and opportunity to learn, but it's just so much harder when you just like have to actively learn something that you don't hear that often.
My parents would put the blame on me. They're like, you didn't want to learn. I was like, of course I'm a kid. I'm like, but if you just like talk to me in Tagalog, like I'm gonna be like, have to understand.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, yes, it's my fault.
Yeah, I make my mom do that too, or my parents do that. I'm like, just speak to me in Tagalog today. Just like tell me what to do in Tagalog, so like I can like at least know like the Taglish part of it or something, or at least like hear it and know what it means instead of like having a conversation. Baby steps,
Exactly, yeah. And I feel like also I know a lot of people like our age from other cultures that do speak their mother language like fluently. Are
jealous.
Yeah, and they're born here.
Yeah, and they're born here. Like they're it's the same type of thing, but like they were raised the same way, except they know more about their culture. And again, like that could be something to do with the Filipino culture, wanting to assimilate or whatever. But
who's really good at like passing down their language? Like I am generalizing 100%, but Mexicans and Chinese.
Yes.
So like their kids are fluent at like 2 years old, and I'm just like, that's amazing. Like, it sucks.
Yeah, Latinx and definitely the in chick. Okay, wait, I don't know where I was gonna go with that, but yeah, just very jealous of people that because it also like when they go back to where their parents are from and stuff like that, they're able to communicate with the people there, and it's hard for us. I mean, people speak English in the Philippines, but you're definitely
it's hard.
Depends where you are too, though, because
exactly.
Because they'll look at you a certain way.
Yeah, where my mom's from, no, they don't speak much English.
Yeah, and even if you try, like, even if, like, let's say we did know a good amount of Tagalog, like, if we had some, like, semblance of an American accent in our Tagalog, they would look at you a certain way, and they would treat you completely different.
The American way.
I love the Philippines, though.
Right.
Oh, I miss the Philippines so much.
Oh, my God. So much fun.
Dude, let's all go. That'd be kind of, like, super fun.
Dude, yeah.
Let's go to Palawan.
Oh, I know. I only go to cities. I really want to go to beaches.
Dude, it'll be so cute.
Dude, we have to go to like the resorts, but like in Palawan, like
oh my god. Yeah, the one we stayed at was so nice.
I know. I've seen some of your pictures, and then like, oh my god, when it's like romanticized on like social media, like the water's so clear, and then you can have the whole table for kamayan. Oh my god, kamayan is when it's on leaves and stuff, and you eat with your hands. Oh my god.
Okay, so post-COVID, I'm not joking. I want all of us to go to the Philippines.
I was supposed to go this year, bro. And Japan, since it's like right there. I've never been to Japan, but COVID.
Dude, let's make it like one of our first like big girl, big boy trips.
I think we should start
whose
small.
parents are we taking?
Aw.
I do think we should start small. We still never been like, we've never been on an international trip as friends, so I don't know if we should jump to the Philippines.
Okay, well, I was thinking like with my dad, maybe. Like my dad parent.
Yeah, we can all take our separate families and like do our separate things and then come together certain times,
Oh, yes, that's
true.
smart. Yeah. Okay, let's start telling your parents now to like think about, you want to go to the Philippines during next summer? And then we all go at the same time. And then
dude, my parents been talking about going back.
Oh yeah, parents always want to go back, dude. I don't know.
Oh, my parents are gonna go back and live there. They're gonna retire there.
Oh yeah. That's a dream.
Or if it's not, my mom said to spread her ashes there. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh.
This is crazy.
Anyways, let's move on.
Go back. Take it back. Rewind.
How accustomed are you guys to like Filipino food and very either traditional or like very local Filipino foods? Local because like we're all from different provinces, aren't we?
Wait, what do you mean local? Like local American?
You know, like how like Bicol has their own like
Bicol
their own dishes. Oh my god, are you an idiot?
Listen, I know.
But yeah, Bicol has their own, Kapampangan has their own food, and like the way they make things too. Like all those provinces have different ways to make lumpia, have different ways to make pancit. Are you guys accustomed to a lot of food, or you guys stick to traditional like pancit, lumpia, balabok?
Kia, you want to go first?
No.
She's honest.
I was gonna say, because you're the one who's maybe not as accustomed.
Oh, okay. Then I don't know.
Oh.
Like, as far as provinces, I don't know exactly what province. All I just know is that my dad specifically is from like Calamba, that area, and then I think my mom's family is from Manila.
Nice.
I feel like I'm pretty open to all Filipino foods, except I'm gonna get hate for this, but I don't like sinigang.
Oh my god!
You don't like either one, the fish or the pork one?
No, I don't like how maasim it is.
Okay.
That's the best part. That's why you should maybe try one that has less of it. Because my mom uses like 2 packets minimum because we like it so much.
No, my parents do. All my family do. I'm just like,
yeah, that means sour. It means like
maybe you just like maybe your taste buds are just sensitive to sour in general.
You do have sensitive taste buds though. You don't do well with spicy.
Don't.
Yeah, so that's good.
That makes sense.
Observation.
You don't like it because like it's a gross food. You just don't like it because it's like
it's kind of aggressive. It's in your face.
It is good. It's very in my face. As soon as I smell it, I'm like, someone's making sinigang right now.
Oh, yum.
But yeah, no, I like everything in it.
Oh, can we say what our favorite foods are? Ooh, if we're talking about favorite food. Oh wait, no. So, but you said you don't like sinigang. So, what do you like?
My favorite. Okay, so then I'm gonna go with my favorite. My favorite's kare-kare.
What? That's a good choice. Kare-kare.
Peanut butter.
So yeah, it's a peanut butter oxtail with vegetables. It's like a stew. It's so good.
But I don't like
tripe.
What's tripe? I don't like tripe.
I knew it. Me either. I'll eat it if it's there, like if it falls into my bowl. But
actually,
I don't like pick it out for me. I give it to my mom or my dad.
Give it to my dad.
To be honest,
here you go. I don't want it.
Kare-kare might be my least favorite. To be honest.
Oh, I don't know how. Friends.
I mean,
this is awkward.
I mean, okay, so that like I will eat anything, but I'm saying that like it's not my go-to. It's not if it's on the table with all the other Filipino foods ever. It's not my go-to. It's probably gonna be like one of the last things I'm gonna go to, but I'm not saying it's bad either. Like
no, but that's like one of the things that like I crave the most type thing, you know?
Yes. Well,
like if it's at the table, that's the first thing I put on my plate type thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, okay, valid.
Yeah. What else do you got, Gabbie?
Wait, Gabbie, then what's your favorite?
So my favorite, I think, is dinuguan.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's pretty good.
My mom.
Do you like the liver?
No.
Okay, good. Me either.
No.
I don't like dinuguan that's made with liver. I've eaten it before. Like you can't like say I've never tried it. I literally tried it multiple times, and each occasion I can't get over the thing yet. The like texture.
The texture of
what
the
texture
blood.
Is it?
Or the liver.
Of the liver.
Yeah,
What's the texture of liver.
It's like grainy. Have you had pate? Pate is good, but like it's blocks of liver.
I didn't know I was eating liver.
It depends. Not everyone puts liver in it.
I've had it like you said, different occasions, and
I don't know.
Okay, like because you can tell the meat has more chew to it, and you bite into it, and it's like creamy.
It almost like melts in your mouth, but not in the best way. Like it's like
because it's like grainy and dirt. It feels like dirty. Like
I don't know.
I think you've had it. I literally think you've had it. You don't know.
I think so too. Because I don't like slimy things. If something's slimy,
it's not slimy.
Okay, then
it's tolerable. It's just like I think it's hella mental for me.
Yeah,
I probably didn't know what I was eating. So I was just
I like that because I used to eat it back when I was younger. Oh my god, funny story about dinuguan. I loved it. I was obsessed with it as a child. My sister was mean to me that day, and she was like, "You know, you're eating pig's blood." Which she liked it, but the way she said it, and I was like, "No, I'm not." And then I went and ran to my mom, like, Mom, am I eating Pig's blood? She was like, yeah, what the hell do you think it is?
Yeah.
And
why
I
you
was like,
think my
I
doctor-
stopped eating it for like a good while. And I was like, dude, it. If I liked it before, why would that fact change my knowledge? So then I ate it again. But
Yeah. I mean, like, dinuguan, it definitely, when you hear it, like pork's blood, like, ugh, that sounds so weird. But if you like pork, I don't see why you wouldn't like it, because you don't taste like the iron of like the blood. Like, it doesn't taste like blood.
I can taste it in my mouth right now.
I think I have no, I've tried it before where it does taste like that. And then I had my mom try it. We bought it. And then my mom tried to. She was like, yeah, they made this wrong. You're not supposed to taste that.
It's supposed to be cooked out all the way, maybe.
Ooh, I feel
Something
like
they
that
like
would ruin
didn't
it for
make it
me.
right. Yeah, they just didn't prepare it right because it wasn't fully done or whatever. But
Interesting. What about you, MJ? What's your top and like least top favorite food?
I hate picking. I'm the coward who hates picking favorites and unfavorites, but like
Jesus.
I'm gonna pick two. Kare-kare and pancit palabok. Like medium thick noodles. Like I prefer the thinner noodles. And then least favorite, I'm pretty open to everything, but one thing that I've tried over and over that I like can't get accustomed to is balot. How do you explain this to listeners?
It is
uncooked baby duck. I mean uncooked. It's like unfertilized. It's like
no, it's fertilized. It's fertilized.
Oh, okay. But it's literally a baby duck in its egg.
A fertilized duck egg. So the duck has matured almost in the egg, but just didn't make it to the outside world. So
that's a good one.
Yeah, I just don't like the texture again. It's like it's almost just like a yolk, like a cooked like hard-boiled egg yolk, but like with more pieces.
No, like straight up, it's literally like a little baby duck. And I had it recently again. And I ate the actual duck and it wasn't that bad. Like before, the thought of it definitely affected me more than the taste of it. But like if I were to be blindfolded and someone were to feed it to me, I would just eat it. Like it's soft enough where you're able to just swallow it. Like I don't know.
You didn't even have to chew it?
I mean, barely. It's pretty soft. Like
foods and stuff are like, I would say like 80-90% mental. Like the reason like those blindfold shows and like bits on like late night shows are like so funny and watch because people like overreact because it's like totally mental.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, interesting.
I think it's also texture
of the balut.
Yeah.
Not even balut, but like food in general. Like if there's a texture that I don't like I can't. Like tomatoes, like something about tomatoes, I just can't.
Okay,
sorry. I don't know. Filipino food's really good. But there's so much I haven't touched though, you know, like that's why we need to go back to the Philippines. We just try everything there.
Like, I mean, I don't even know what I haven't touched because I've just never, I don't know. No, but my mom makes a lot of Filipino food. Like she's always cooking.
Nice.
So I've always grown up with good Filipino food, and I've always wanted to like taste other people's Filipino, like parents' Filipino food. Like when it comes to like sinigang or dinuguan or even like mongo, like every parent makes it differently, and I've always wanted to just try them all to see like how people make it, and it's just
that's why like I don't know. I think the thing is though I know like most people compare when they buy food or they try someone else's to their parents because by San Francisco, Daly City, it's Little Manila. If you've never heard about it, it's a very high population of Filipino people in the community. So there's a lot of restaurants and like mom and pop shops, and like they all have their versions of like crispy pata and pancit and lumpia and stuff, and like they're all hella different. So like none of them are like bad, but then sometimes you're like, I don't know why that's our standard is our mom's cooking. It's so funny to me.
Wait, oh my god, do you guys like halo halo?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
You don't like
I used to not at all. What part don't you like?
The beans.
I don't like the beans.
The beans are hard to get over.
I'm not a bean person.
I don't think I like the ube ice cream and like.
Well, that's like preference. Or do you not like ube ice cream period, or you don't like the brand that's always been used maybe?
No, I don't like all the things in it and like how it's mixed, and then there's ice, and then sometimes there's beans,
It's
and there's
literally
jelly.
called mix. So
Yeah.
I don't think that's the drink for you. I just don't think it's for you.
It's not.
That's not your dessert. It's okay.
You probably just like it separately because I know you like ube ice cream. We've had it in high school, and then
Right.
like I like when they put leche flan on the top. It's just
Mm.
like a milk
okay,
flan. So like, but I think you like the components separately.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
But my favorite Filipino dessert is probably ginataan because I can make it.
Ooh,
Up there.
good.
Up there.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm hungry.
Same.
Do we need to talk about karaoke?
Okay. Karaoke. Love it.
Did we all grow up with the boxed karaoke and like and you're covered? Okay, perfect.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
What brand did you have? I think I had, was it Magic? Or Star
Mike.
Magic or something?
I think mine was Magic Mike.
Is it really called Magic Mike?
I think so.
No,
I
it's
don't
not.
think it is. 100% don't think it is.
No, it's not.
There's a magic in it.
Respectfully, I disagree.
Agree to disagree? Magic Mike.
No,
Magic
I
Sing.
disagree
Magic
blatantly.
Sing. No, mine was Magic Sing.
It's
Okay, yeah, Magic
definitely not
Sing.
called Magic Mike.
I
hated that.
My family always called it like, oh, you guys have the Magic Mic? Bring out the Magic Mic.
Because it is a magic
It's
microphone.
called Magic Mic Store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking you were saying Magic Mike like Channing Tatum Mike.
So when we have our family parties later on in life, we're gonna get the most updated Magic Mics, and we're gonna.
I'm not gonna get a karaoke machine.
You're not?
I'll have it.
No.
You guys can come to my house.
I'm going to Gabbie's house.
You're invited to my house. I'll get a little disco ball.
Oh
Bring
my
the
god,
microphone.
you're gonna be such the auntie of the group. You're such a tita.
Can I move in? Tita. Can I come?
Yeah, you're invited later. Dude, I want to get a Magic Mic now. Stop. Wait.
Get one. It's really fun.
But not yours. I like there's something about putting the numbers in and then pressing enter and it
And then
says
getting graded.
Oh, the
Dancing Girl.
scores and all that. Yeah, it's
ABBA.
super nostalgic. That was good shit.
And I always pick the same songs. Yellow Submarine.
Oh
Oh
god.
god.
Kookaburra. What's a Kookaburra? I know.
I like how those were your choices.
Dude, I mean when I was a little kid, they were the easiest to do.
Wait, yeah, what were your guys' go-to? Okay, that was Gabbie's. Mine was either Dancing Queen or
Yep.
What's that other one from Aladdin? A Whole New World. Or Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, so I would either do ABBA songs, like in general, like I'd only pick from like artists for some reason because I was obsessed with like the whole thing. So ABBA, Disney songs.
I thought it's ABBA.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
And then like hella old school songs that my parents would sing to me. Oh, and then like, oh my god, Celine Dion, My Heart Will Go On.
Oh, good
That was fire.
one.
And then like, oh my god, Hotel California. And,
oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I Will Survive.
I miss those fun days. Pacquiao fights and then Magic Mike right after.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Pacquiao fights were so hype nights, dude. I don't even get why. I don't remember why. We literally everyone threw parties for it.
Literally.
Those are some of my best memories with my friends. I'm not friends, with my family. Like Pacquiao nights for some reason. I don't even know why. You're right. Like why?
I don't. It was just like
just to hear them
when someone succeeds in the Filipino community, people go crazy.
Okay,
like I don't get it. Like
we don't have a lot of representation out here.
Yeah, so it would be Pacquiao for boxing, and then Charisse. Yeah, she was like introduced to like American like media and stuff. So we were like, oh my god, she made it. Like if you make it to America, you make it.
Right.
So like that happened.
We could probably name on like less than 10 fingers, like mainstream people that got into like American media, right? So Pacquiao, Charisse, Miss Universe. What's her name?
I don't know.
Pia
Wurtzbach.
Yeah.
Wurtz something.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember like when we would watch like movies and stuff, like I'd be so excited to see like Filipinos. Like I forgot his name, but the guy who plays Zuko, and he was also the voice.
Of course.
Yeah.
Jabberwocky's out here.
Oh yeah, that was a good time.
I forgot.
Oh, I'm throwing it back hella, but like I don't know if you guys seen La Bamba. He's Filipino, but he's like playing a different character. The Cinderella movie, the one with Brandy, he's the Princess Filipino. So I was always really excited for that. Did you guys ever watch that Cinderella?
Wait, no.
Cinderella.
Mm-hmm.
Like
It was the one with Brandy. Brandy was Cinderella, and then the prince was Filipino. So that's why it was really big in like
is that
the
older?
cultural movement. It was from the 90s, I think, or early 2000s.
Brandy. Cinderella Brandy. Oh.
You guys should watch it. It's really good. It has Whitney Houston in it.
Interesting. I think I've seen pictures, but I don't think I've seen it, to be honest. It's pretty
It's
old.
really good.
When you guys were younger, did you have crushes on like Filipino actors at all?
Mm-hmm.
Only now. Daniel Padilla.
Polo Pascual. What's his name?
Piolo Pascual. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
god, I love him. Or do you know Coco Martin? Oh my god, I used to have the biggest crush on him.
So funny.
I only know Daniel Padilla right now.
I don't keep into. I don't.
He's like a more recent one.
I fangirled really hard about Rachel Ango. Like I had her CD and everything.
Wait, who's
Oh
that?
my gosh.
I don't know who these old like.
Or Sam Milby. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm gonna start blushing.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. These are all like old faces, I feel. And again, like
you said, you weren't like.
Yeah, it wasn't until
early
college that I really got into like either pop culture or even like, Filipino traditional history, stuff like that. So
yeah, but that was just a curious question if you guys had Filipino crushes on actors. Because I definitely did. I would go crazy. I'd be like, he's gonna marry me one day.
Oh, Lea Salonga, come on now. How disrespectful of me.
Oh yeah, when I found out that she was singing Mulan, I was like, yes, Filipino. But
right? Like we didn't know, but we grew up like always listening to Mulan. I definitely didn't know until like recently.
I found out years later. But yeah, so when there's like little snippets of like Filipino talent in American media, it's like amazing.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely seeing more like representation too, like with the Disney Pixar short that came out. Was it last year, 2 years ago now?
Last year. Wasn't it last year?
I don't know the years anymore.
2020. Yeah, I think it came out last year.
Yeah, so there was there was even the most recent one, the Parole one.
But then the other one I think was 2019.
Yeah, the one before that with the kid, I think he was on the spectrum. I think that's like what a part of it was. But he was also Filipino apparently, or like he was supposed to be depicted as Filipino. So I think in cartoons, like whether it's shorts or not or whatever, it just makes me feel so happy because we've seen like brown folks before on the screen and stuff.
Yeah,
but it's never been Filipinos. So, or I don't want to say never, but it's not as prominent. They're not as prominent.
Yeah, there's a lot of problems.
Wait, Gabbie, isn't there a Disney Filipino princess, but she has like they're mixing like way too many like Asian cultures together?
It's that new one that's coming out. Apparently, she's gonna be like part like there's Filipino martial arts to her fighting, but then she's supposed to be Thai.
Yeah, because you're the one who told me about that. I was like, that's great.
Yeah, because apparently she had like eskrima sticks, but she's gonna be a Thai or Indonesian fighter princess something. I don't know. Also, why do they have to be fighters all the time? Why can't they just be pretty little princesses? I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I love a strong, independent brown woman. But
can't win.
Like we said, there's positives and then there's very problematic cons. So
yeah.
In terms of like Filipino traditions, like what did you guys do? Like I know there's like tinikling, and then did you guys put up your parole and like like there's like dancing, and then there's like the dresses and like the costumes and stuff, and then
I mean, for me,
I guess like how Filipino are you really?
Damn, this is gonna be for me, so like again, like in college after joining a Filipino org, I definitely got more in touch with Filipino culture, like traditional culture, and stuff like Filipino traditional dances and the outfits that they would wear that different tribes of the Philippines would wear. I learned a lot about also like the indigenous people of the Philippines. Like I didn't even realize, I don't even know why I didn't realize, but I didn't know that there was indigenous people in the Philippines now that I think of it. So anyways, in college, after learning about it, I was able to see and understand like where my people kind of came from before. So I definitely learned, so I learned different types of dances from different regions of the Philippines, and Yeah, I think that was a pretty cool way to connect to my roots. I have a pearl. We have a pearl. We've put it up.
Like every Christmas.
Again, yeah, but not till college. I didn't know that what it stood for. So the parole, the way it's supposed to be like flashing and bright, it's supposed to scare like monsters away. I think.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
yeah. Filipinos are very superstitious.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then we do have like, I don't know. I think we're very spiritual, not like religious, but spiritual people. So we like, there's a lot of encounters with ghosts and gnomes and
Odds, yeah.
spirits and like
Dwarfs.
dwarves. Yeah. It's crazy. But yeah, but pearls are those the light up lanterns for Christmas.
Yeah, that looks like stars almost.
Yeah, and it's a kind of like mosaic type of tiles. But
Yes.
yeah,
That's all I did growing up, and eating Filipino food, I guess.
yeah. I think the thing that kept me thinking like close the most is food for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about you, Kia?
I think one year my parents, I think I shared the story. I don't remember which episode, but how I had to do this Filipino dance because it was multicultural day at my school. I don't know.
Oh, the little clapper things. Ding.
Yeah, and then we would like dance around. There was like boys and girls, and we had like partners and stuff. And like I remember like we practiced like hella. But yeah, and then like I had like the dress on.
Right. Were the dresses the one with the puffy arms?
Mine didn't have a puffy arm, but I had like a thing over it, and then it was like puffy at the bottom, or like like a princess. Like
yeah, maybe you had like a malong around you.
Probably.
Yeah, very cool.
But yeah, it didn't have like the traditional one that they have with the big shoulders. Yeah, I can't remember the dance. I can't even like find it because I'm like clapping with like things in my hands. I'm like
I learned part of that one, and then I never learned tinikling, but I was at the group who did it, and then the one with candles I learned too. So like you have two candles, and I don't think I did the one where you balance the third one on your head.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, those are
Fandango
really cool.
There's a lot of like there's just so many different traditional dances from different regions of the Philippines, and tinikling is definitely one that people always talk about or always do at like events and stuff, but like you just don't realize how much more there is to like Filipino traditional culture and history, and again like the indigenous people of the Philippines and just different areas and different tribes. They just all bring different cultures, but yeah, I feel like not a lot of Filipino-Americans know much about those traditional roots.
Yeah, it's really interesting how like the Philippines itself as an island has so many different dialects, so many different islands and provinces and regions and stuff, and like there's so much in every part. Like there's a Filipino culture and similarities, but each like section has like complete different cultures.
Crazy.
It's the Philippines is diverse in its own right, in
like
its
what
own
is
way.
what do you know what dialects your family speak or use?
Tagalog, of course, and then Kapampangan and Bicol. And they know a little bit of Ilocano.
Wow. What about you, Kia?
I think just Tagalog, but yeah, as far as my family, that's all I know.
Got it. And then for me, my family speaks Tagalog as well, and then my mom's side is Visaya, or like kind of like Cebuano. But yeah, so a lot of different dialects, a lot of different types of people in the Philippines, and
it's so impressive to me still. Like,
I mean, with how many islands there are too, and
yeah,
it's hard to.
There's just so much to explore and so much to learn about, and like not only was it like hard, I think it sounds like for all of us to not know our own language, at least like the main dialect, but to like not even know, like you said, like about the indigenous people, like there's no really good source for people to learn about like their roots without having to Google it and taking their own time. Just like like I wish there was more classes.
It's not taught. Yeah, it's not taught regularly in college classes, high school classes, middle, like elementary school.
Yeah, specifically too for like it wasn't really for my major, but it was part of it. It could have been part of it. I wanted to take a lot of Filipino classes. Like every semester I looked on my roster, they were all at night, like very inaccessible times and very like random hours. And I was just like, it's really hard to access information about your resources.
I feel like also for us though, we are privileged in the Bay Area. I'm curious, Kia, about if you had any like Asian American or even like closer to Filipino classes, Filipino-American classes. But for my college, we probably had only a couple AAS classes and then like one Tagalog class or one professor at least, and she taught a couple levels. But Kia, like, did you have any Asian American classes at your college in Oregon?
I don't think so specifically at community college. I think they kind of had some on like Southeast Asia, but not like the Philippines specifically. Like they would just group them by like Southeast Asia or Chinese and like either Chinese or like Southeast Asia, like grouping it like that. But other than that,
Yeah.
not specifically Philippines. So.
Even then, that's pretty specific though. Like if you had a class on Southeast Asians or Chinese
I think it
Asians.
was for like sociology or something. So, but it was just like one or two. But I didn't take it because like
yeah, not that many resources to be honest.
Yeah, that's a good outlook because it does depend on where you are. Like you said, like where you both went to school, and me and Gabbie at least both went to school in the Bay Area. So, and it depends on like your major kind of and like your schedule, like what you can do. So,
and plus, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but if it's like someone not of a person of color kind of teaching the class about like a certain like Southeast Asia, I just feel awkward if I'm like the only like Asian person in the class. I also feel awkward in that way. So then like I just like I'm gonna pass on that.
Ooh, I see the social dynamics of it. That's very interesting.
Yeah,
let's say something about,
that's a good point.
Oh, not to say that there aren't any orgs to like that will teach about Asian American culture or Filipino American culture. There definitely are. You just definitely have to like look for them if you really want to learn and network with other people. Like again, for me in college, I was able to meet people that were part of these orgs, and again, that's how I learned more about my culture. So it's not like it's not the end of the world. Like we're not like I'm not saying that there's absolutely no resources. It's definitely limited, but they're out there. So
yeah. But that's the whole point. Like it kind of sucks that you have to put in like so much effort just to get a little bit of something. But like you said, like with technology and like with our resources, it's gotten a lot easier. Like it's so cool to have ancestry.com and 23andMe so you can like get your specific lineage and stuff like that. But it's still a struggle, but you just have to be super willing and have that time and sacrifice that time and effort to figure it out. So yeah, there's a give and take with it. But I think that's something where like when you get older, you realize like, wow, I really want to know what the hell my great grandparents went through, or like
you become more interested in, you know, where you came from.
Oh my god, I love my culture. I know. See, like at least we get to all talk about it in like a positive light. Like even the stereotypes, we get to laugh about it. And then like not liking certain foods doesn't make you any less Filipino or not speaking the language. Like, and like I don't know, the fact that people tell you don't look Filipino, it's like literally whatever that means. Like, but it's just a matter of how you feel. So like how Filipino do you feel you are? Just whatever, you know, we're a good mix of stuff and we have a mix of cultures and mix of ideas. So as long as we get to talk about it, I think that's great. And like this was learning in itself. Like I don't remember all the names of those dances, and then Gabbie got to bring a little insight to that with her groups, cultural groups.
Hey man, we're still learning, we're still growing, we're still figuring it out.
With all that being said, I think that's about it for this week's episode. Unless Kia has something to add.
I don't think so. But Gabbie, did you want to say anything? You want to plug anything?
Not really. I don't got anything going on, but thank you for having me. Salamat.
Thanks for coming. Salamat.
Maraming salamat.
My mom's gonna hear. My parents are gonna hear this and be like, "What the hell was that?"
wait. Let me say
Salamat po.
Kia, send us off. Kia, send us off in your best Tagalog phrase.
Okay. Salamat sa pakikinig. Thank you, everybody.